Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're gonna take a quick look at all the things that I carry every single day. That's right, it's my everyday carry breakdown for 2022. So first we're gonna start with what's in my pockets, and then we're gonna jump into my current backpack, which is the Knack Bag Series 1, and it's a medium size. So let's start with my pockets. So first, we'll check out what's in my left pocket. So I've got always every day a little Carmex or some type of chapstick. I always remove the labels for some reason out of habit, so a little hard to tell. And then I always have some type of multi-tool. So I've been switching between the Leatherman style CS and PS, and then I recently picked up this Squirt PS4, and I really like it because it's got every tool that I use on an everyday basis. Super tiny, and I can keep it in my pocket every day, and it's kind of rendered my real full-size Leatherman kind of useless at this point. So in my right pocket here, I carry the Samsung S22. Now this is just the base version, not the Plus or the Ultra, and I like it because it's a little bit more compact. So I'm a big fan of compact phones. If you've seen my video comparing the S22 to the S10e, which I had before this, you'll know that very well. So that is what's up front. And then in my back pocket, I always carry the Herschel wallet. And I really like this wallet because it's super slim. I mean, look at this. Super slim, RFID blocking. I carry 4 cards in here and have a little space for cash. Again, I take logos off things, so you can't tell it's a Herschel anymore, but I really do like this wallet. I highly recommend it. And then the only other thing that I carry on me is the Fitbit Charge 5. So I got this a few months ago, just trying to get back into shape and get motivated again. So this has been helpful to keep track of some vital stats, my heart rate and things like that as I'm doing more exercise. And the only other thing that I usually carry in my pocket, which I don't have here with me right now, is a car key, but it's a Chrysler Pacifica minivan. If you know about dad life, then click the like button below. Recently, I've been carrying the Knack backpack. This is their Series 1, but it's still a great bag. There's a Series 2 out now, but this is the medium size, and if you don't know about Knack bags, there's an expandable area here that you can open up, and it basically becomes a small little suitcase. So I really like that I can basically have my everyday essentials in this bag and still expand it to be able to go on a quick weekend trip if I need to. So before we jump into the main pockets, let's go ahead and check out the laptop compartment here in the back, where I am currently using a 14-inch MacBook. These M1s are so freaking good that I had to grab the 14-inch, which I'm really enjoying so far. So we'll kind of start from the front pockets here. So it's got this little bottom pocket that I use for my my charging cables. And so inside here I have a RAV Power 65 watt brick. I've also got their 120 watt one, which I thought I would use more often for my MacBook, but I like the size and weight of this 65 watt one, so I've kept that one. I've got a USB-C charging cable for that. I've got a USB-A to C cable for my phone. I've got a USB-C dongle with Ethernet on it, and so I really like this one because it gives me all the ports I need. It gives me an SD card reader as well as that Ethernet port. And then there's the power cable for the power adapter. Probably should have mentioned that earlier. And then lastly, I do carry a Leatherman, a full-size Leatherman. This is the Leatherman Wingman. And so I really like this one just because it's relatively cheap, but it has the full set of pliers on there that are spring-loaded. So I use this most often if I need to get my Leatherman out. All right, so next let's jump into this top pocket. It's a little sunglasses / quick grab pocket. So in there I've got these Shady Rays, or my sunglasses that I'm carrying most recently. And I like them because they're super lightweight. And if you can check this out, the most minimal branding. I like that it's black on black, all matte black, doesn't stand out. And then the only thing up in this pocket, I currently have the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live. All right, so next let's step down on the backpack to the very strange triangle pocket. Right now I am carrying a few pens. I've got a Sharpie. I like the dual end Sharpies where you can get the fine tip and the regular tip on it. I also keep a Tide to Go stick, as well as this is a little spray hand sanitizer. Shout out to Northwestern in Chicago. And then my new pickup here is this little Hodo screwdriver. And so it's a little precision screwdriver. This thing is super satisfying to spin. Has a little magnet, open it up, and it's got a ton of little bits in here. So if you're looking for a small precision screwdriver, this fits right into a pen loop for me. Really like this one. Link in the description if you're interested. Now also in this pocket, I am currently carrying a little card with about 6 feet of gaff tape on it. So a little backpacker trick to get an old credit card and wrap some tape around that. Some people use duct tape. For that same reason, I carry a small one with 1-inch white tape. I use this mostly to label things, so along with the Sharpie, so you can grab a little bit of this, label things non-permanently. A little microfiber cloth just to clean things up, some business cards. I've got some custom earplugs here, which are fit for me. And I've also got these the 3 size carabiners from Night Eyes, and these are really helpful. There's a newer pickup for me, but I've run into situations where I want to hang my bag on something and there's no hook to hang it on, so you can hang it on basically anything from another rod or something like that. Or if you want to enclose your zippers, get a little more security while you're traveling, you can do that with a small little S carabiner like that. And before we get into the main pocket, I almost forgot, because that's one of the things I really love about this backpack, is that you can't tell there's a water bottle here. And it's accessible from the outside still, but it's completely tucked away in here. So I've got a 20-ounce little vacuum seal 20-ounce water bottle. But again, what I really like about this, you can put a huge water bottle in there and it will just stick out the side. You don't have to zip it up. Check that out. But if you have a smaller water bottle and you don't have a whole lot inside, it does eat inside to the main storage, but you can go ahead and zip that up and out of the way, and no one would be any the wiser. So if you're using this for a professional setting, super helpful not to have a big water bottle hanging out the side. All right, jumping into the main pocket. I don't have a whole lot in here right now. I've got a couple pouches, and then I've got some things in the built-in organization. But let's start from the there's a little organizer right here, and I've got another little carabiner, a little S-biner from Night Eyes. And then right now I've got this little flashlight. So I like keeping a small flashlight so I'm not having to use my phone flashlight if I actually need a flashlight. So this one is actually, I feel a little bit weird about it. I'll link to it in the description if you're interested, but it's actually a copy of the Rovivon A8X, but it's from wish.com. I don't necessarily recommend getting it there. I really recommend getting the Rovivon, but this thing was $4 and plus a little bit of shipping. So for under $7, I got this little Rovivon. I really like this one for a daily carry because the flashlight's good, nice and bright, which is cool. But then a triple tap brings up some side lights here, and you can do red and you can do a flashing red. So this is really handy. Again, with one of those carabiners, if you need to, in a pinch, if you end up on a divvy bike or something like that in Chicago, and you need to just warn people that you're there, just helpful to be able to hang this on the outside of your backpack and have a little emergency light or a little kind of wayfinding light. Then there's a front pouch here where I'm keeping right now just some masks, just in case, little KN95s. And then I've got these Dry Key microfiber hankies. And so lately we moved to California and it is, you guys, it's really hot out here. So I've never been someone who rocked these hankies. I don't sweat all that much, but when it's 90 degrees and you're outside and you're wedding in the summer season, it's really helpful to be able to wipe a little sweat away, tuck that back in your pocket. So starting to carry these now, which is handy. And then also back here, I have a small battery bank, and it's not my only battery bank, but I've got this little 4,000 milliamp hour battery bank that has a built-in USB-C. So I really like this with my phone. It'll charge it just one time, but it'll charge it from dead all the way up, and you can plug it in, and it's just so small that it's really, it's like nothing. You can just kind of hold it and continue using your phone. So I bring it along with me for that reason. And then I also have this little bendy thing. It's meant to be a like a phone stand, and I got it so that if I'm on the road and I need a quick way of just getting my phone or a tablet or something just propped up, you can bend it in any which way. So pretty cool thing. I think it's about 10 bucks, and you can bend it back, and so it's super flat, packs flat in your bag. Kind of clever design and helpful for a little phone stand for traveling. All right, so the only thing left in my bag are these two pouches. So I've got a little first aid pouch and then I've got a tech pouch. So let's walk through both of them and I'll show you what I pack in there. All right, so in this little first aid kit up front, first of all, we've got a little medicine pocket. So I took out the bottles and put some pills like this is just Advil and some motion sickness like Dramamine for when I travel. I've also got some like Imodium AD just in case, and then little lactose tablets for when you're out and you want to have some cheese. In the back here, there's some medical gauze. There's just the things that came with the first aid kit. Some gauze, medical tape, sorry, at the beginning there. Alcohol prep pads, Band-Aids, things like that. Really handy to have those, and a pair of gloves. And then I also carry some allergy eye drops for those of us who can't be around dogs and cats but love them so much. More Band-Aids. I've got these little Colgate wisps, so super handy if you're out, can't brush your teeth, but you need to floss or something like that. These are really helpful. Extra chapstick, a little backup in case there's nothing worse than needing chapstick and not having chapstick, in my opinion. So I always have a spare chapstick of some kind with me. Super glue is in here, and I've got it in my little medical area because I use this 90% of the time to glue down like little cuticles or hangnails, which is kind of gross, but I love that for that reason if you need to keep working. But obviously having super glue on you to fix things is also really helpful. Got a small pair of tweezers, some safety pins, and then I've got a little micro fingernail clipper, and I really like this thing. You flip this out, there's a file on this side, and you got some tiny little fingernail clippers. So, all right, so the last thing in the bag is my tech case. So let's go through that. So I just picked this tech case up, and it's from Initech, and I'll just point blank, this is a kind of big time copy of the Peak Design tech pouch. Which I really liked, but there were a few things I didn't like about it. It just seemed a little bulky, so this is a slightly slimmer. The Peak Design also had handles on the bottom only, which were kind of meant to like help you open and close it. I really like that this has, like just how I use it, it's in the bottom of my bag. This has a handle on the top that I can get out. And most importantly, it's about half the price. So I went ahead and checked this one out, and let's see what I have in my tech pouch. All right, so here it is, the Initech tech pouch, and we'll zip it open and see what I carry on a day-to-day basis. So we'll start on this side with some cables. So I have micro USB. I've got Lightning. I don't carry an iPhone, but other people do, and I always end up needing one. I've got USB-C to C, as well as USB-A to C. I've got a little slim charger, so I really love how tiny this thing is, and it fits perfectly in this little pouch, but it does fast charging, has 2 ports on it, so you can get charged up with that. Obviously, I have my larger laptop charger that I use for most of the time, for most things, but there's often times where I actually need to plug things in 2 different areas, so helpful to have an extra little charger on hand. I also have my battery bank, so this is another RAV Power device. This is a 15,000 milliamp hour, and I like the size, and it fits in here quite well. Really also appreciate that it has an actual digital display. The only annoying thing about this one is that when you're charging it, it's constantly flashing on here. So I'll link to it in the description, but I wish they would fix that so I could like, double tap it or something like that to get rid of the flashing if you're trying to charge it at night while you're sleeping. And then this is kind of a random one, but I always have a ground lift with me. So I work in audiovisual, so mostly I use it to get rid of ground loop hum and 60 cycle buzz, but it also can be helpful if you're traveling and need to plug like a power strip or something like that into a 2-prong outlet, but mostly I use it for work. And that's it for this pocket, except I just got this as a little freebie in something, and I love it. It's a little measuring tape and it's cloth, so it's flexible. I have already used it a ton because there's always something I need to measure, and it's just great to have this tiny little thing that fits in to my bag instead of having to carry a small measuring tape. I also carry some non-rechargeable, just batteries I can throw away, some AA's and some AAA's. For random remotes that don't work at like an Airbnb or anything where I'm gonna leave my batteries. Otherwise, I always use rechargeable batteries, but helpful to have those. And then I also have a little CR2032 battery, because you'd be surprised how often you need a CR2032 battery. In the middle, I don't have much here, but I do have some zip ties. These are super helpful. to cinch some things up. You can hang things on them, whatever you need to do, zip ties. I have a set of small little earbuds here. I also have a USB-C to 1/8 inch adapter for my phone. In the back, I've got some kind of networking gear and audio gear. So I like these little flat pack Cat 6 cables just to have with me. This is 1/8 inch to dual RCA. And then I carry adapters to also send that out to 1/4 inch. This is 1/8 inch to 1/8 inch. And I have an HDMI cable. So basically the gist of this audio cable is I want the ability to pipe in music or anything like that to any sound system. So 1/8 to 1/8, 1/8 to RCA, 1/8 to 1/4, and I can pretty much get into anything. Oh, I totally left out that there's this little, I forgot about it, there's a little zipper pouch in the center, and so in here I have all the small little dongles, and there's a bunch of them. Sorry, the RCA to 1/4 inch adapters for that go with that cable. I also have a couple 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch headphone adapters. Those are super useful. A couple thumb drives that do USB-C and slide around into USB-A, so you get the best of both worlds. Run those on exFAT, and you can plug into PC and MacBooks. A little USB-C to A adapter in case I don't want to break out my whole dongle to do that. Another cheap little throwaway, at this point, thumb drive that I can hand to somebody, and a little Ethernet to Ethernet combiner. I really like this one from, yeah, there you go. From ANNWZZD. Clever name, but super compact and tidy, so I like that. Now, on the back of the pouch, I have a couple extra pens. These are kind of throwaway pens, just again, some freebies. When someone says, hey, do you have a pen? Yeah, you can have one of those pens. And then I've got a little travel router, so super helpful and tiny if you are traveling a lot. So if I plug this in with my little cable here, it's like an Airbnb's router. I can broadcast my own SSID, everything auto connects, and that's super handy, but it's also great at hotels to create your own little Wi-Fi signal, so you have internet and it's protected via your own firewall. And the last thing I have in here are my in-ear monitors. So these are kind of a throwback to my musician days when I was touring, but I still have these Westone ES50s. These are custom molded in-ear monitors, but I really love these still for traveling because you know, I don't need active noise canceling if I have custom in-ear monitors, because I get 100% isolation with those, can't hear anyone, and it's great. And that is what's in my tech pouch. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, I'd really appreciate if you hit that like button and consider subscribing. I'll leave links to everything you saw here in the description below. If there was something that you saw that caught your eye or some inspiration that you took from this, hopefully that helps you out. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.